In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this sweater. I used 600 grams of this yarn, basic merino from the brand Katia. The recommended needle is between 3.5 and 4 millimeters, and I am using a 4.5 millimeters crochet hook, a needle and scissors. I'm going to show you how you can adapt this pattern to any size. You have 4 parts: the front part, the back part, and the 2 sleeves. To take the measurements, you have to take from the shoulders and take this measurement and you have to make as many chains as you need to have this size of here. Then you have to make as many rows as you need to have to complete the size that you have to make. And then you only have to add the sleeves, and you have to start from this part, make as many chains as you need to make the width of the sleeves per 2, because you are working the 2 parts of the sleeves at the same time, and you only will have to sew the sides of the sweater and the bottom part of the sleeves, and sew the sleeves to the sides of the sweater, and then add the neck with the elastic stitch. Here you can see the sizes of the small size of the sweater. So start with the step by step. So in my case I will make a chain of chain 80. Once you have the chain, in my case I'm making a small sample, you have to start with a chain 3. Once you have the chain 3, you have to make 1 double crochet on each chain, 1 double crochet on each chain. So you have to make 80 double crochet. Once you are at the end, you have to chain 3, turn, and make again 1 double crochet on each stitch. Starting from this stitch, you have to make 1 double crochet on each stitch that you find to the end. This is what you have to repeat to have the size of the front part. In my case, I will change the color every 8 rows, but you can make it make the stripes smaller or bigger. How you have to change the color? You have to cut the yarn, take the new color, chain 3, and turn, and you have to make again the same 1 double crochet on each double crochet, and continue making again the double crochet on each stitch. Once you have the size of the front part, you have to make the elastic stitch. To make the elastic stitch, you have to take the color that you have to use and make 1 row with double crochet. Remember, chain 3, turn, and 1 double crochet on each double crochet. And now you have to make the elastic stitch. Chain 3, turn, you have to make 1 double crochet on the first stitch and then start with the front and the back post double crochet. You have to take the first stitch. Instead of making the stitch normally, you have to pass the crochet hook through the back part of the stitch and make a double crochet, and then make the same, but taking the crochet hook. You have to pass the crochet hook through the front part of the stitch, like this, and make the double crochet. And repeat again, one front post double crochet and one back post double crochet. You have to repeat the same to the end. And the last stitch, the very last stitch, you have to make one double crochet normally. Then chain 3, turn, one double crochet normally, and then start again with the elastic stitch. Once you have the back post double crochet, you have to make a back post double crochet, and once you have a front post double crochet, you have to make a front post double crochet. This is what you have to repeat to make 4 rows with the elastic stitch. Once you have the elastic stitch, you have to cut the yarn and you finish the front and the back part of the sweater. To make the sleeves, you have to start making, in my case, a chain of 68 stitches, 68 chains. Remember that you can make it longer or shorter. And once you have the chains, you have to chain 3, turn, and make 1 double crochet around. Once you are at the end, chain 3, turn and make again 1 double crochet on each double crochet. In this case, I am making some decreases on the sleeves, and I make 3 rows with double crochet, and the 4th row you have to make 1 decrease at the beginning of the row. How you have to make the decrease? You have to make a decrease of double crochet at the beginning of the row, making 1 double crochet. You don't have to finish it, and make 1 double crochet at the following stitch and finish both stitches together, and continue making double crochet to the end normally. Once you have this row of decreases, you have to make 3 more rows without decreases, and on the 4th row repeat again 1 decrease. In my case, I'm making 3 rows without decreases and 1 row with decreases, but if you want, you can make 4 rows and 1 row with decrease, or 2 rows and 1 row with decreases. It's up to you. Once you have the decreases, once you have the sleeve, once you have the size of the sleeve that you need, you have to make again the elastic stitch at the end of the sleeves. Remember how to make the elastic stitch. And then once you finish the sleeves, you have to sew the sweater. You have to bend the sleeves and place a stitch marker to know where do you have to sew. You have to sew the sides and the bottom part of the sleeves, and then sew the sleeves on the part on the armholes. Once you have the sweater, you have to make the neck with the elastic stitch. You have to make one double crochet on each stitch of the neck of the front part. Continue making one double crochet on the back part. And make one slip stitch to close to continue working in the round. Chain 3 and now start making the elastic stitch. One front post double crochet and one back post double crochet, repeating around. One front post double crochet and one back post double crochet. In my case, I will make one decrease on each side of the neck. To make the decrease, you have to make one double crochet. You don't have to finish it, you have to skip the back post double crochet and make one front post double crochet on the following stitch. You don't have to finish it, and you have to finish both front post double crochet together. Here you made one decrease, continue making the elastic stitch to the other side of the neck. And make again one decrease. Make one front post double crochet, you don't have to finish it, skip the back post double crochet and complete the decrease with the other front post double crochet. On the following row, you will have to make the decrease on the decrease that you made. In my case, I made 3 rows with decreases. And once you finish the decreases of the neck, I made only 4 rows with the elastic stitch, you finished the sweater.